Welcome to this explainer on ast-bro and the brand new version 2.4.0 release. Look, if you've been working with AI coding assistants lately, you know the struggle of getting them to understand your entire project without hitting those massive context limits. It's a real pain point. So today, we're going to explore how to navigate codebases like a cartographer mapping an uncharted city-state. Okay, let's dive right into this and see how we can give our agents a proper GPS for our code, totally without blowing our token budgets. First up, we need to pose the core problem facing developers and AI engineers right now. How do coding agents actually navigate without paying massive token costs? I mean, sure, most coding agents can eventually answer structural questions by reading enough files, but they do it at a terrible cost. Brute forcing entire file reads just wastes tokens. It leads to those annoying grep-style false positives where the agent gets confused by simple comments or string literals. And even worse, it literally repeats traversal work across related questions. It's kind of like trying to find a specific building in a huge city by knocking on every single door. There absolutely has to be a better way. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, mapping the codebase. Second, introducing ast-bro v2.4.0. Third, call path tracing. Fourth, speed and precision. And fifth, smarter agent workflows. Let's get to it. Section 1. Mapping the codebase. A cross-language intelligence layer. Now, for the uninitiated, ast-bro is a Rust-based code navigation toolkit built specifically for LLM coding agents. We're talking about tools you probably use every day, like Claude Code, Cursor, Copilot, Aider, and Tab9. It natively supports structural parsing for 14 different languages and operates on this really cool core philosophy, shape over bytes. So instead of relying on expensive raw file reads and noisy grep heuristics, agents use ast-bro to ask for declarations first. They get to see the actual structural shape of signatures and line ranges. And it goes way deeper, with true public API resolution. It actually understands language-specific nuances, things like Rust's pub use, Python's double_all, or TypeScript barrel exports. It extracts exactly what a downstream user sees, so the agent doesn't have to manually chase re-export chains all over the repo. Moving right along to Section 2, introducing ast-bro version 2.4.0, high-impact infrastructure. Think of version 2.4.0 as a massive high-impact infrastructure upgrade, but with zero breaking changes to your existing workflows. It fundamentally improves long-lived agent sessions across 4 main quadrants. We're looking at call path tracing, a brand new trace MCP tool that wires this power directly into the model context protocol, live cache revalidation for some incredible speed bumps, and inline search filters for pinpoint querying. Let's break these down one by one. Section 3, call path tracing, the new trace command. Okay, call path tracing is arguably the absolute flagship feature of this release. ast-bro introduces this powerful new trace command to answer the ultimate reachability question. Exactly how does one function reach another across the entire codebase? To pull this off, it uses a breadth-first search algorithm over the call graph to compute the shortest static call path. But here's the magic. It dynamically inlines the source bodies for each hop along the way. So instead of your agent doing a manual, painstaking chain of file reads just to follow a call stack, it becomes one single, highly informative tool call. And you might be wondering, what if the path is broken by something tricky, like dynamic dispatch? Well, it degrades gracefully. It falls back to showing both endpoints plus the target's file siblings, ensuring your agent is never just left completely in the dark. Crucially, leveraging this is incredibly simple via the trace MCP tool. An agent literally just needs to provide the from source symbol and the to destination symbol. It's incredibly precise. If the codebase is highly complex, the agent can seamlessly override the default maximum path length, which is 12 hops, using the depth parameter. Or it can manually trigger a fresh call graph build with the rebuild command. It completely automates a task that used to take AI agents dozens of separate manual tool calls. A real game changer. Section 4. Speed and precision. Real-time cartography upgrades. Now, navigating a codebase is only useful if your map is up to date and your search tools are razor sharp, right? Previously, long-lived MCP sessions might actually suffer from stale data unless you triggered a full reload. But now, with live cache revalidation, the graph cache performs a highly efficient, cheap stat walk against the working tree on every single call. If it detects a change, it doesn't reload everything. Instead, it incrementally patches the in-memory graph using deltas and gracefully swaps the arc pointer. This guarantees your agent always has fresh data, totally bypassing the massive performance penalty of rebuilding the entire dependency graph from scratch. Alongside speed, we've got a major precision upgrade with inline search filters. ast-bro already features a powerful hybrid semantic search, which combines exact keyword BM25 with dense vector embeddings. But check this out. The retriever now parses raw free text strings to extract explicit field-qualified prefixes natively. This means an agent can pass a query like authentication logic lang rust path/source/auth. The system explicitly narrows the results by language, path, or file name before the vector scoring even kicks in. This pinpoint filtering ensures the semantic search isn't distracted by totally irrelevant parts of the repository. Section 5. Smarter Agent Workflows. Integrating directly into the loop. So everything we've talked about today is designed to sit directly inside agent workflows via MCP server modes and read interception hooks, rather than just acting as a clunky sidecar tool. It even includes a reversible log squeezing pipeline for non-code text, using timestamp extraction and token compaction to shrink down noisy logs. And that really brings us to the core product philosophy of ast-bro. File reads should be the last step instead of the first. By collapsing common repo questions into single purpose-built commands, caching the expensive graph work, and providing structured, narrowed outputs, ast-bro drastically reduces round trips. It delivers the absolute smallest accurate representation of a code-based question, lowering token usage and getting the AI to the actual editing task so much faster. Which leaves us with this final thought. Are your AI agents still navigating your codebase in the dark? With the introduction of call path tracing, live cache revalidation, and inline filtering, ast-bro v2.4.0 offers a high-contrast, precision map of your code. Honestly, it might just be time to hand your agent a better compass. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope this helps you build faster, smarter, and way more efficiently.